Hello! Welcome to another week's reading vlog. I am really tired starting this, and I'm actually starting this on Tuesday night, so you've already missed out on a day. What a shame. Spoiler, nothing happened yesterday. Like, nothing. I didn't read, I went to work, was really miserable all day. Today I've also been sort of miserable all day, just feeling pretty miserable, to be honest. If you saw last week's vlog, then you'll know that there's stuff going on, and thank you to everyone for the family well wishes. Appreciate it. So far, really not much has changed since then. It's still been very up and down, and family have been very stressed. But, you know, what can one do? Not much. So there you go. Aside from that, I've just been miserable. However, today I have been a little more productive, just a little bit more. I started an audiobook today, and really I shouldn't be starting any new books, especially because the NEWTS start this week, and I don't think I'm going to finish this before, holy shit, Thursday. The NEWTS start on Thursday. I have tomorrow, and I'm not going to finish the 3 books that I'm in the middle of. Shit. But I started Onyx and Ivory by Mindy Arnett. I had something really repetitive to do this morning and thought, I'm not going to sit on the floor for 3 hours and do this with no entertainment, because it was literally like ordering papers. So I got an audiobook. It was on Scribd. There it was. I literally went onto Scribd and it was the first one in the recommendations, and I was like, I own that. Might as well listen to it. So I did, and you know what? Decent progress. I'm up to page 140. This edition has like the black sprayed edges, and I think that's really pretty. But yeah, I'm up to page 140, so definitely decent progress made whilst doing that really boring paper ordering. And so far, so good. This is really not what I was expecting, but I don't know what I was expecting because I could not remember what this was about. I literally just saw it and thought, yeah, that's on my shelf, I'll read it. No idea what it was about, and still couldn't really tell you the blurb. But from what I have read, this book follows a girl called Kate, whose father was a traitor to the king who attempted to murder the king, and he was executed. And Kate, his daughter, has been exiled and kind of just living life rough since she's got a job as what I can only describe as like a glorified postwoman. I can't remember what the actual job is. Oh yeah, but the blurb literally says now works for the Royal Courier Service. So it is a glorified postwoman, and only the like best horse riders can be part of this service or whatever. So she's really good with horses. She's, yeah, living life rough. She's known to people as Traitor Kate, but she's really good with a horse and really good with weaponry. So she's got this job and is kind of paying her way just to live. And in this world, this is the bit that took me by surprise, and I don't even know if this is in the blurb. It is. It's literally in the blurb, and I did not know this. But then again, I hadn't read the blurb in a really long time. In this world, when night falls, the N.E.W.Ts, deadly flightless dragons, come out to hunt. So the N.E.W.Ts attack people at night unless they have like protective wards up, which is why the royal couriers have to be like the best, because they are entrusted with getting messages to and from different cities and places, even at night when the N.E.W.Ts can come and attack them. And who knew that there were dragons in this book? Not me. But am I down for it? Abso-fucking-lutely I am. So if you're looking for a book that's got dragons in it for whatever reason, because that tends to be a prompt for readathons quite a lot, having dragons in it. Took me by surprise, but this book has dragons in it. So anyway, I don't want to spoil it, but oh, is it in the blurb? I think it might be in the blurb. Yeah, it is in the blurb, so it's not a spoiler. So the N.E.W.Ts are what they know, and Kate is on one of her like courier journeys, and she comes across this caravan that's been destroyed and like all the party's dead, and she finds the bodies of what she assumes are N.E.W.Ts, but it's the middle of the day and like what? And shit happens. So far this is surprisingly really gripping my interest, and I'm amazed that I'm that far into it already, considering I was just listening to the audiobook whilst doing that boring paperwork. So if I could find more boring paperwork to do, that would be great. And actually I don't think I have any of the books from the NEWTS, like that are on my NEWTS TBR as audiobooks, and I don't think any of them are available on Scribd either, so maybe it won't be too bad to keep this going in August, and who knows, maybe I can like squeeze it in there somehow if G will allow me to have a book that I've already started. So yeah, that is how that's going. Aside from that, I have also done some physical reading of N.E.W.Ts by Victoria Schwab. I fucking love this so much, and I'm about halfway now. I'm up to page 236. I won't tell you what this one's about, because obviously it's a sequel, and I spoke about it last week. You know, it's the sequel to this Savage Song. I feel like everyone knows what this is about. But I'm reading this on Scribd as well, actually, as an ebook, so I was doing some of that today as well, and got this far. I love it. I love where it's gone at this point. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't say too much, but I like where the characters are going and where the paths are crossing and this new threat, and I'm so into it. So, yeah. Don't think I'm going to finish both of these before the NEWTS, but I'm really into both of them. So that is exciting. I love reading books that I'm into, and this honestly has took me by surprise so far. I was not expecting what I got, and this has been on my shelf since I got it in that Fairy Loot box, whenever it was. I am of course also still in the middle of iGest because I didn't read that last week, but I think I probably explained at some point last week how right now I really just want something selfish for me that I'm going to enjoy, and I do have an obligation to finish that, but I'm just not entirely sure it's for me. The premise is really interesting, but the writing style, I'm finding it a real slog to get through because of the writing style. I think I explained this last week, but I think if I was younger, perhaps 13, like early high school, that book would have been so good. Especially with all of the like really strong educational themes, and I can really see the author's passion for getting kids and especially girls into science and technology and stuff. That's really prevalent in it. I'm just really struggling with the writing style, so I'm putting that on hold for now. I might still pick it up now and then, a chapter here and there, because as I said, I do have the obligation to finish it. It's by no means bad. I just definitely think that the aging of it is a little bit younger. I've been rambling for 11 minutes and 25 seconds. How much will I have cut this down by? Who knows? I think right now I'm going to get in bed and probably, oh, I don't know, should I listen to some audiobook or should I read N.E.W.Ts? I think I'm going to listen to some audiobook because I'm tired and have a bit of a headache, so I can sit in the dark with my earphones in. That's what I'm going to do. I will try and check in with you tomorrow. I will try and be a bit more upbeat and positive because honestly there's not much I can do about anything that's happening. Hello, happy Wednesday. Is it Wednesday evening? I think it's Wednesday. I can't tell, my phone's on charge. What day is it? Wednesday! It's Wednesday the 31st of July, and you know what that means? That means that tomorrow, Thursday the 1st of August, the NEWTS start. And you know what your girl still hasn't done? Edited or uploaded her NEWTS TBR. So I'm gonna do that now and hopefully get it up this evening because I haven't got much time because they start tomorrow. And you know how yesterday I was saying I was in the middle of 2 books and I need to finish them both today? Well, I've done one of them. Were you expecting that? Were you? I bet you weren't. I bet you were not expecting that. I bet you were expecting me to say, and I haven't read anything. But I have. I finished this book. This whole book. Oh my good fucking god. It was amazing. Tear my heart out? Yes, absolutely. I cannot tell you anything because spoilers. But Victoria Schwab has such a way with pulling my heart to pieces. I absolutely fucking adored this. I was hooked, as you can probably imagine, because I read like half of it today. I can't even remember where I was up to, but you know where I was up to yesterday, and I finished it. I have so many feelings. As soon as I finished it, I thought, holy shit, this could be the best book I've read this year. I should probably revisit my reading challenge on Goodreads to see all the books I've read this year before I make that claim. But it is a serious contender for one of the best books I've read this year. I love it so much. And I'm gutted that it's over. But as with all the other Schwab books I've read, I see myself rereading this, or the duology, and I just love it so much. The characters are so full, and I just feel them so deeply. And I don't know how to explain why that is, but just the characters that have been constructed, the way they behave, the emotion, they just feel so whole and connected to me, and I fell in love. I fell in love in the first book, and there's just so much. And that ending. But obviously I can't tell you anything because spoilers, but just holy fucking shit, I have emotions for days. I loved it so much. So, one down, one to go. And you know what? Because I'm a fucking machine, I haven't finished it, but I'm a decent portion through it now. So I've read the big chunk and have the little chunk left of Onyx and Ivory by Mindy Arnett. Obviously I'm listening to this on audio, which is why I've been able to get through so much of it. But yeah, that's where I'm up to, which is page 292. So there's that, and as before, still really enjoying this, surprisingly. The plot thickens and I'm enjoying it. I mean, I'm not enjoying it as much as Our Dark Duet. Like, it feels very 4-star to me, like I'm not overwhelmingly in love with the characters, but I am very pleasantly surprised with how into the plot I am and how intrigued and like I want to finish this. If I didn't have this video that I need to edit and upload tonight, I would be reading, and I love that feeling. I love the feeling of wanting to read, and I mean, this to me just proves the power of enjoying what you're reading, because consider last week when I read like nothing. I mean, I know I had things going on, I've still got things going on though, so just escapism, as I said, but the fact that I could finish both of these today, yet last week I couldn't even finish a whole book. It's the power of being really into something, because this just totally sucked me in, and this one has taken me so pleasantly by surprise. I'm having a blast. My camera battery is flashing, so I'm gonna go and pop that on charge, but right now I'm going to edit and upload my NEWTS TBR video. Hello! I was just about to go to bed when I remembered that I haven't vlogged today, so I thought I would nip here and vlog before I do that. I didn't update you on how much further I got with Onyx and Ivory yesterday, but I nearly finished it, and then today I have finished it. So it is the 1st of August, but I'm just gonna put this towards my like July wrap up, because honestly I had like nothing left of it for today. But I did finish it after work, so yeah, that's that done. As it is the 1st of August, it is the start of the NEWTS, and the first thing I finished is not even for the NEWTS, but, you know, as I said, I had a little bit left, so I just got it done with, rather than putting that last little end bit on hold until after the NEWTS. But to summarise my thoughts on this, it was absolutely nothing that I expected it to be. I'm pretty sure I've already explained to you how it took me by surprise with the first half that I read. The plot did thicken, I seem to remember telling you that as well, and then it just thickened more. Like, this developed into such a story that I did not expect it to be at all, and I ended up being really into it and really into the politics. I really liked the magic, the way the magic had the role in the politics and the way things were unfolding, but I don't want to say too much because spoilers. But yeah, completely took me by surprise, was not what I was expecting at all. Definitely had a lot more magic than I was expecting. As I've already said, I didn't know there would be the drakes, the like dragon type creatures in here, but they were, and they had a big role. And then there were, like, as there is in most fantasy, the two opposing sides with different views on magic. But our main character and, well, there's two main characters, Kate and Corwin, who are of course love interests as well, and I thought that that dimension was really interesting. It wasn't insta-love, but there weren't very many, like, conflicts in that relationship. It was just very fresh. Like, I didn't find myself eye-rolling at their, like, romance, because it was such a subplot to what else was going on in this, which I really liked, because it was just an underlying current was the relationship, but the, like, politics and the magic and the danger was the, like, main bulk of it, which I really appreciated. That's how I like it. So I enjoyed that a lot. I have settled on giving it a 4-star, so pretty good. I've probably told you before, I rate very much on enjoyment and just gut feeling rather than reason, and a book really does have to, like, absolutely knock my socks off to get 5 stars. So 4 stars for this is a really solid rating, and I do think I will read the sequel. I'm very intrigued to know where things are going from here, because there were certain aspects that were wrapped up really nicely, but there's also a lot more to discover, so I will read the sequel to this at some point, but not yet, because, you know, NEWTS. But yeah, overall, I really would recommend it. It was a pretty solid fantasy read. Much more magic than I expected, and the political intrigue, which we all know I'm into, was the main plot. So yeah. Also, I really liked Kate and how she was branded a traitor and had this really bad reputation and kind of just took that in stride, and I just really enjoyed her attitude. How, although everyone hated her for being a traitor, that she didn't feel that she was, and she felt like she was being blamed for something that really wasn't her doing. She kind of took that reputation and that attitude in stride and played a pretty solid role. I just liked her character as a character. I feel like if she were a real person, we would get on famously. But yeah, that's enough about that. This one is done. 4 stars. If you have it and are apprehensive about it for any what reason, because for some reason I was, even though I know that Fairyly always give out these, like, hidden gems that no one really knows much about, but then they end up being really surprisingly good almost all of the time. This is one of them. That was a really long way of saying this was surprisingly pleasant. That does mean I'm moving on to my first read of the NEWTS, like, officially, and that is Malamander. This is, I can't even remember what it's for. I know it's the recommended by a friend one. Could I tell you what that was? No, because I haven't got my sheets. It would be on my iPad, but my iPad appears to be dead, so don't have that. But it's the read recommended by a friend. You know, whatever that one's for. It's an A in something. Ancient runes, maybe? Arithmancy, maybe? One of those ones? What am I taking? Who knows? But yeah, I'm starting the Alamander, which was recommended and gifted to me by Gavin, so very excited to start this. I have only read one chapter so far. I'm about to get in bed and do some more reading, but so far I like the narrative voice in this. It's very sarcastic and witty and has captivated me already with the voice, so I'm looking forward to reading on. But yeah, that's where I'm up to. I very strongly believe that I will finish this week as well. And if I finish 3 books this week, we can then look back on last week when I was supposed to be in a readathon and finished absolutely fuck all. I am so unpredictable in my reading. Anyway, I'm gonna go settle in bed, read some of this, and I will probably check in with you tomorrow once I have some thoughts to share. Happy NEWTS, by the way. I'm excited and motivated and feeling very optimistic about this whole readathon. When it comes to readathons, I normally go in thinking I'm gonna fail, but when it comes to the owls and the NEWTS, for some reason the motivation really pumps, even though I'm not a Harry Potter person, and we all know this, we all know I'm not into Harry Potter, but something about this readathon just does it for me. So I'm feeling positive and optimistic, and now I'm gonna go and I will see you tomorrow. Hello, happy 2nd of August. I look gross, right? My hair is a total mess, so we'll just ignore that. But it is the 2nd of August, and I've just got my July fairy loot today on the 2nd of August. That's upside down. On the 2nd of August. I don't know if I missed something about the fact that they were going to be late or not. Like, was that a thing? But I've got it now. I will probably do a unboxing tomorrow because I'm not going to do it tonight. And tomorrow is Saturday, so I'll have plenty of time to do a proper unboxing of that, so you can see that tomorrow. But on top of that, I also got one of these, and I've never had an Illumicrate before, but again, this is the July Illumicrate that I got on the 2nd of August. I don't know what is wrong with my postman, maybe, in the new area, just doesn't like giving me boxes. I'll do an unboxing of that tomorrow as well. I'm very excited for both of these. Both of those came today. Also, I got a parcel from my mum today with some hand creams. I've spoken about Scentsy before, the brand that my mum sells for, and this is an apple and cinnamon sticks hand cream. Oh, I love it. It smells like Christmas, which I mean in August. And then this one is literally very merry cranberry that also smells like Christmas. That one's like really sweet, and this one's obviously really cinnamony, and like it's August and I don't need to smell like Christmas, but that doesn't mean I don't want to smell like Christmas, because I do, because Christmas scents are my favourite things. She also got me some Sentry laundry liquid, and like, this is how much I have changed in the time that I own my own home. I own so much laundry detergent now, because I just, one, can't find a scent that I really like. I'm being really picky. I just keep trying different ones until I find one that I'm like, yes, that smells good. So I've got a Scentsy one now, and I've never tried one from that brand, and it's a mango scented laundry detergent, so I'm gonna give that a go. And then on top of that, I got this in the mail. This is obviously from Amazon, and I saw the box and thought, did I order something? No, I ordered something, but I didn't order it to this address. Did I put the wrong address? Opened it and thought, oh no, that's in gift wrap. That's definitely not for me. So I had a little peek at the note, and it is from the sweetest, the loveliest, the most amazing Priscilla. I haven't actually opened it, I just got to the blue and thought, stop, you need to vlog this, don't go any further. But I did read the note, and she's, honestly, Priscilla, you are the sweetest, most amazing person, and I am so fortunate to have met you through doing this and just be able to interact with you, because you are a ray of sunshine and you deserve the world. So without even opening this, thank you so much. But now that I'm actually filming it, I'm gonna open it, and I can't thank you enough before I've even opened it. I know that she said in the note, a polar fantasy with a bird on the cover. It's me in a book. It's just me in a book. So we have got Through the White Wood by Jessica Leek. Oh, where is the other one? I've read Beyond a Darkened Shore by Jessica Leek, which had a very similar cover, and I really loved that. It really surprised me. So this isn't a sequel to that, but it's just by the same author, same sort of style cover. And when I saw that this was becoming a thing, I put it on my wish list, and oh, I am so excited. Fire and ice meet Russian folklore and magic in Through the White Wood, a fantasy that captivated me from the mysterious beginning to the enthralling end, and that's from Evelyn Sky. So again, Russian folklore inspired, and icy bird, me, Whitewood, like, come on now. Katya's power to freeze anything she touches has made her an outcast in her isolated village, and when she loses control of her ability, accidentally killing several villagers, she is banished to the palace of the terrifying Prince Alexander in Kiev. At the castle, though, she is surprised to find that Alexander, or Sasha as he prefers to be called, is just like her, with his own strange talent, the ability to summon fire. Instead of punishment, Sasha offers Katya friendship and the chance to embrace her power rather than fear it. I am so excited to read this. Thank you so much, Priscilla. I've been so excited to get my hands on this at some point, and I just haven't bought it myself, so this couldn't be a more wonderful present. Thank you. And on top of all of these wonderful things that have happened today, my stepdad has come out of hospital, so that's great. Yeah, my mum nipped by earlier with him as well, which was lovely after she'd just been to get him from the hospital, and he's out. He's, you know, not 100%, but he's not in hospital anymore. So it's all in all been a pretty great day. Feeling very happy and calm and just good. I don't know how to word it, but it's just good. Nice things have happened today. Priscilla, you've absolutely made my day. And then getting little gifts from my mum just because, and having these 2 boxes arrive is amazing. And today I also finished my first book of the NEWTS, which is Malamander by Thomas Taylor. This was a creepy seaside story that I didn't know I was missing out on. I thoroughly enjoyed this. It was really fun. This book follows Herbert Lemon, who is the Grand Nautilus Hotel's lost and founder. So he works in the lost and found at this hotel, which is like a concept that is a bit out there. But he is the lost and founder. I think he's about 12 years old, and he's worked in this hotel as the lost and founder for a few years now. Finding lost things and returning them to who they've been lost by, and he meets a lost girl called Violet, and that starts a whole wild adventure, bit of a mystery, things to solve, and one of those big mysteries is the enigma of the Malamander, which is this fish man creature that is said to be evil and haunt this seaside town. But like, it's just a myth, right? Right? And there's the mer-monkey, which was pretty cool. And just this like mysterious fog, like anything can be lurking in this seaside fog, and I love it. I love how it's turned, like, the place is called Erie-on-Sea, but it's because the CH at the beginning of it's like fallen down, so it's supposed to be Cheery-on-Sea, and you know how at seaside towns always on the pier they've got it in big lights like Cheery-on-Sea, but the C and the H have gone like blown out, so it just says Erie-on-Sea. So in the summer it's Cheery-on-Sea, and then in the winter when it's all run down it's Erie-on-Sea. I just thought that was really nifty, and the idea of like this beautiful seaside town that we all go to in the summer being this like dark and mysterious foggy place in the winter with this creature that lurks in the sea mist. It was really cool, and I enjoyed this cover to cover. I've given it 4 stars. Just again, similar story with the book I finished the other day. Like, it didn't absolutely blow my socks off, which a book has to do to be 5 stars for me. I'm pretty picky with my 5 stars, even though I've given a lot of them this year. I am still being really picky. I've just read a lot of really good books so far this year, but 4 star is still a solid read for me, and I really enjoyed it, so thank you Gavin for recommending it, and thank you for sending it to me as well. I still haven't taken the sticker off, and I'm so proud of myself for finishing my first book of the N.E.W.Ts like 2 days into the N.E.W.Ts, which does now mean I need to pick my next book, so I will just consult my TBR. Next in line, I have A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harrison. So I could read that, or I could read Lumberjanes Volume 11, but I might save that for a bit later in the month. Or I could read Sorcery of Thorns or Witch Sign. They're the only ones that I think I can read, because the others I have to read afterwards because they're all my A options or my E for Ancient Runes. I think that's Ancient Runes. Does that make sense? I'm sure that all makes sense to you. I'm not sure if I want to go for the other middle grade just yet, or if I want to go for one of the adult ones. I'm kind of drawn towards Sorcery of Thorns, and I'm thinking this evening I might have one of my famous 3-hour baths. So I might start reading Sorcery of Thorns in the bath and do a like lush bath with a bath bomb and stuff, because have I done that this week? I don't actually think I have. So cue the bath montage and me reading Sorcery of Thorns in the bath. Hello, happy Saturday. I was up until about 2 o'clock this morning filming videos. I only filmed 2, but I got out of the bath at like midnight-ish and was so awake and just motivated to film that is exactly what I did. So I was filming between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock this morning, and I'm now about to sit down and edit those, so this will be fun. In terms of reading that I did in the bath, I only read 1 chapter of Sorcery of Thorns, which is 12 pages, so not too far at all, but after I've done editing I'm gonna settle in and read a fair chunk of this today, we hope. But yeah, so far so good. And I saw yesterday, after I had just started it, I saw Jess from Jess Reads Books tweet that one of the characters in here reminded her of Howl from Howl's Moving Castle, and if you know me then you'll know that that's all it takes for me to be like, okay, yes. So I'm excited to get to meet whoever that is, because I'm into that. But yeah, now I'm gonna edit, so this will be fun. Morning, happy Sunday. I ended up not reading anything yesterday. Why? I've been doing so well this week. I finished 3 books so far this week. Only one of them obviously for the N.E.W.Ts because it started midweek. But yeah, yesterday I just did not read anything. But it's not like I slacked, because I did loads of housework, and edited 2 videos, uploaded one of them yesterday. I'm going to upload the other one at some point today. It's the Fairy Loot unboxing. So the Illumicrate unboxing went up yesterday, Fairy Loot unboxing is going to go up today, and then I'll probably start editing this today as well, because this is obviously going to go up tomorrow, which is Monday. And I really wanted to have got further with Sorcery of Thorns, so I think what I might do, because I've still got bits I need to do today, I need to go to the shop and get some bits and pieces that we just need around the house that we haven't got at the minute. I think I might pay a visit to my mum as well, just to see how things are going there, etc. Also need to do a bit more housework today because I didn't clean the kitchen yesterday and it needs it. So I think the solution here is going to be get the audiobook of Sorcery of Thorns, which I know is on Scribd, so I might do that today and see if I can get a little bit further into that whilst also running all the errands that I need to do. Because then I'm multitasking. And then when I get back, see where I'm actually up to in the book, upload that video and then maybe do some reading. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I also obviously need to cook dinner, so I'll probably listen to the audiobook whilst I do that. Haven't done like a roast since being here, and I mean it's not going to be a full-blown roast because there's only 2 of us and that would just be a bit ridiculous to do like a full-blown roast with all the trimmings and stuff. But I am going to try and do like a mini roast for us today with just some roast chicken breasts, stuffing, gravy, roast potatoes, and some broccoli and cauliflower. Might throw in some carrots. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I'm going to go and get on with all the things I need to get on with, download that audiobook, and check in with you a bit later on today. Hello, it is later on Sunday evening. Rather than sitting in the chair, I'm sitting in front of the chair on the floor. Don't ask why. So today, I've spoken to you today, so I don't need to catch up on everything. I just need to catch up on where I've read to. I did cook that roast dinner that I was speaking about, and if I do say so myself, was delicious. The first roast I've cooked here. Reading-wise, I did get the audiobook on Scribd and listened to some of that whilst I've been doing things around the house, and then also read a little bit actually in the book. However, me and Francesca have started buddy reading it. She'd noticed that I was reading it and said, "Oh, how far are you? I'll catch up with you and we can buddy read it." So that's what we were doing. It's my bad really, because she had said she wanted to buddy read it with me and I completely forgot, so sorry about that. But we're buddy reading it now. So I've got to where we said we would get to today, which is up to chapter 12, which is 122 pages. Tomorrow we're going to read another 10 chapters to get to chapter 22. However, because I'm so far in now, it's a decent chunk, it's over 100 pages in, I feel like I can give some fairly solid thoughts so far, and honestly, everything's pretty positive. For the first couple of chapters, it was a bit slow and I thought a bit like, but then you just gotta wait for the action to kick in, and once that action kicked in and there was like a certain point where like the story actually started, from that point on, really good so far. Elizabeth as a character, I think, is very well constructed. Like, all of her character traits you can so clearly see come from her surroundings and her upbringing. She's an orphan who has lived her whole life to date aspiring for this one goal. She's never really been outside of the place she was raised, and she's only been surrounded by certain people with certain beliefs. So her strong will, but also her naivety and her independence, but also her courage, like everything that we've seen from her quite clearly stems from the way she's been brought up, and I just think she's been constructed in a very whole way. Like, she's very believable as a character. Obviously, despite the incredibly unbelievable circumstances, because fantasy. So yeah, so far so good. Really enjoying the main character. I have met Nathaniel and Swoon Eyes, insert heart eye emoji. Hasn't taken much for me to see the good in him, so very much looking forward to seeing where that relationship goes. Feeling good about that. But yeah, so far I am really enjoying it, so I'm very much looking forward to reading the next 10 chapters tomorrow. It's feeling good. I haven't yet uploaded that unboxing I was going to upload. I might do that now, just whilst I'm here. But I'm also thinking that as I've read 1A, and I'm in the middle of a second A, I might read the Lumberjanes comic that I've got as another A, so that I've at least started in all of my subjects, if you get what I mean. Except, is it Charms that my last one's for? I can't remember. I'm terrible at this. Good job I've got it all saved on my phone. Oh no, it's Defense Against the Dark Arts is the other A I won't have started, which is Witch Sign. I reckon I'll probably tackle Witch Sign, I don't know, at some point. Right, so right now, I want to read Lumberjanes Volume 11, so I'm going to start that now. Obviously I can't read any more of Sorcerer of Thorns until tomorrow, but that's a subject that I only need to read that one book for, so I don't mind pacing that out, so that's fine. So if I read Lumberjanes Volume 11 now, I will probably start Witch Sign later. Maybe later in the week, potentially. But then I think I'm going to start A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harrison, which is my E in Arithmancy. So, yeah, that seems like a good place to start. But I should really make those decisions after I've read Lumberjanes Volume 11, so I'm going to crack on with that now. And be reading this whilst that Fairyly unboxing is uploading, because I need to do that. Yeah, and then I will check in with you a bit later on and let you know how I'm doing and if the plan I've just relayed to you continues. Hello, it is now even later on Sunday. It's now 11 o'clock and I have not started editing any of this video. I'm gonna hate myself tomorrow, so I am gonna make this the last clip so that I can at least start editing in bed. But I did read and finish Lumberjanes Volume 11, Time After Crime by Shannon Waters and is it Catley? Catley? Catley, I was right the first time. And as I always say with Lumberjanes, it's very up and down. Some volumes are really good and really fun, some are a bit meh. This one was one of the good ones. I feel like this is on par with some of those earlier ones. I actually enjoyed the story that was in here, and I feel like there are some bits that we haven't seen before and a bit of potentially new character growth with one character in particular. Is it a spoiler to say? No, I suppose not, because it's just character growth in Rosie. yeah, intrigued by what was going on there. Someone that we've seen before reappears, which was pretty cool. And just in general, the plot of this was good. I liked the mysticism and the magic and stuff that came back in here. It felt more like, as I say, more like an earlier volume that I enjoyed a lot more than a story that's already betting on the fact that you're invested in the characters, so you'll come along for the ride because you're already invested. It felt like it could, you know, stand. So I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. Not a 5-star knock my socks off, but you know, as I always say with Lumberjanes, it's fun, it's non-committal, it's light-hearted, it's a nice palate cleanser, it's just a quick, bubbly read. So if you ever want something like that, I really do recommend Lumberjanes. Even though I do say they're up and down, all of them are fun, non-committal, bubbly reads. Excuse my terrible pun there. So yeah, I gave it 4 stars. I'm happy that I've read it. That does now mean that I've finished my A in arithmancy, because this was my even number of pages, because it's 112 pages according to Goodreads. So I finished my A in Ancient Runes, my A in arithmancy. I'm in the middle of my A in charms. So next I'm going to move on to my E in Ancient Runes, which is this one. I cannot remember what the prompt was. It wasn't told in past tense. Definitely wasn't that one, was it? It was written in past tense. A book written in past tense. Just check that. Yep, someone bellowed is a random word, so bellowed is past tense. Definitely was written in past tense. So yeah, that is my E in Ancient Runes. Great, I'm gonna start this at some point. I don't know if it might end up being tomorrow though, because as I say, I haven't actually started editing any of this vlog, so I need to get on with that. I have uploaded the Fairyly unboxing, that's all happened, and I've just spent the last like 15 minutes watching Rhiannon from Crescent Moon Reads video about not liking Harry Potter, and I relate, as we know. I thought it was really well put together. I definitely had some deeper thoughts on this series than I do, so it was interesting to hear about, and yeah, they clearly know the series in a deeper way than I do, so their opinions are a bit more fleshed out than mine, but it's no secret that I don't like Harry Potter. Not that I like actively have reasons to hate it. As I say, Rhiannon gave some in-depth reasons for their disliking of it. I just never connected and found it all a bit whiny and boring. Oh, oops. What a great way to end this. But eloquent thoughts on why they don't like Harry Potter. It was an interesting video, so yeah, nice to be not alone in the not necessarily liking Harry Potter. Here come the pitchforks. Anyway, I am gonna wrap this up now. I feel like I've had a really successful reading week. I've finished 4 things this week, because I finished Onyx and Ivory and Our Dark Duet earlier in the week, which feels like a really long time ago now, and then Malamander and Lumberjanes as well, plus the fact that I've got a decent bit into Sorcery of Thorns, so I'm very happy with how this week has gone. Here's to hoping that next week can go sort of well too. That would be ideal. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this week's reading vlog. I have no idea how long this one will have ended up being. But if you've stuck around for it all, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!